Robinson with another carry.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
They'll go for it. Here's Penix. That is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Very vital to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's so tight. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tricky. 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 It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. 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 I met this little girlie. Her hair was kind of curly. Went to her house and out. I had to leave real early. These girls are really. All they just say is, or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time it's tricky. How is it, D? It's tricky, tricky, tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time it's tricky. Tricky, tricky. In New York, the people talking try to make us rhyme. They really hawk, but we just walk because we have no time. And in the city, it's a pity, cause we just can't hide. Tinted windows don't mean nothing, they know who's inside. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time it's tricky. How is it, D? Tricky, 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 tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time it's tricky. Tricky, 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 huh? When I wake up, people take up mostly all of my time. I'm not singing, phone keep ringing, cause I make up a rhyme. I'm not bragging, people nagging, cause they think I'm a star. Always tearing what I'm wearing, I think they're going too far. A girl named Carol follows Daryl every gig we play. Then she just... They even bother my poor father, cause he's down with me. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time it's tricky. How is that?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the legendary venues in the sport, historic Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. Off we go on this cold afternoon in Chicago. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. We'll go play action now with Penix. Looking down the field there, but it is incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to.
He gets free. And he will score. Trey Tucker. Touchdown Falcons. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into...
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. Out for the opening kick, and we're underway from Soldier Field. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Penix to the air to start us off. Trey Tucker makes the play. Has room down the left sideline. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. One snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. But They put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, one touchdown, and one massive statement sent across the field.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Luther Burden now on the return. This makes it up to the 25. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing right away. And his first pass falls incomplete. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Headed out right. And there's a catch for Luther Burden. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And that hit right at the 10. Somehow, though, got a wicked bounce and makes it into the end zone for a touchback. Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
And the Falcons 1st down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Falcons.
Another carry for Robinson. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on 1st. It's 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Falcons 1st down. A gain of 5.
1st and 10 from the 43. Here's Robinson up the middle. And a nice choice there to send this outside. It gets about 6 yards on the carry. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
First carry of the game for the rookie out of Oklahoma. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
4th down and inches, just too tempting to pass up. They're going to go for it.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll run it with Robinson. And he won't fight through, needed 1 yard forward, send him 1 yard back. Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Off play action. It's McCarthy. He finds a Dunze downfield. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
And the Bears, first down.
From the red zone now. On him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's 2nd and 21 at the 31-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Has it down close. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears cut it to a low point on the scoreboard. It's a Dunze touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Now Penix off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he'll throw deep, back towards the center of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Third down, it's Penix. He fires one deep down the left sideline. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
If you keep it stats, that's now 0 for 2 on keeping drives going, and hopefully not an indicator of what's to come. You know, you don't convert on 3rd down. Not only playing against your opponents, you start playing with your own psyche as well.
On 4th down, it's the veteran Tress Way who's out for the punt. It's fielded at the 14. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. 1st down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. McCarthy now, blitz coming. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. We're a quarter of the Soldier Field in just a moment.